The following program is rated MA and may contain themes that may not be appropriate for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
On the block, hip-hop trendsetters, the school of hard knocks and that attitude era. Yeah, I just wanted to be one of the best, holding the mic as I'm yelling out D-Generation X. I will remember it. I never forget it. We've come a pretty long way. There's so much I can say. It's never really gone away.
The Raw tonight is coming from the city of one of my least favorite hockey teams and the city of one of my most favorite baseball teams. Raw is coming to us live from Boston, but we are coming to you live in your living room or wherever you are through the means of social media. It's Chris Best, OMD, and Bubba Duke here for the Raw Patrol. Guys, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing very well. Thank you very much for asking. Bit of a weird day because I'm used to having Mondays off and I work today. For a long, slow day, though it was steady with a lot of people picking stuff up.
Well, that's good. That's good. Steady's always good on a day that you're not supposed to be working. I find that all the time because then it goes by quicker. As for myself, I'm doing great, and we have CM Punk making his way to the ring.
I'm just going to point this out here, and I've pointed this out before, but every time I see CM Punk come to the ring, he just seems a lot more happier in the WWE than he was when he had his run in AEW.
Oh, absolutely he does. He is a lot happier.
When it's the way I look at it is when you're home. You know it. You're happy when you're at home.
Mm-hmm.
AEW wasn't his home. AEW was just as far as I'm concerned, a warm up to see if he could still do this. I wouldn't say AEW is like the main stage platform of wrestling, but it's one step lower than WWE as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So,
right.
And he very well couldn't just go to the indies and try to, do it there. He can't. It's CM Punk.
Dude, can you imagine if he did do the indies, how fast tickets would sell and how people would be demanding at the door just to get in for that event?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Imagine if CWE booked him. People would be lined up all down Queen and Dennis just to see him.
The minute they announce CM Punk, tickets would sell out.
Mm-hmm. And the crowd is just going insane for Punk right now. I got to wonder if we're going to see some Seth Rollins show up during this thing.
I wouldn't doubt it. We were saying that in the pre-show that I think this is where they announce that they're going to have a match on. Go ahead.
It was said that it's going to be a CM Punk Seth Rollins segment, so who knows? Well, we will find out here probably momentarily.
just the control he has over the crowd. Like, he didn't even have to say it. He just said, the people saying my name.
We got Seth making his way through the crowd cutting this promo. I like the fact that we saw Punk like basically tease that Seth was going to come out. Like he's like, I gave you a cue to come out, basically.
Just, that's great. I love this.
Just want to say a quick hello to Joe out there and Bobby as well in the audience, in the viewers tonight.
In the audience, that's probably what I would have said too. What's going on, guys? Great to see you here. Well, we did say there was going to be some of this going on. Now, OMD, is this where they say they're going to make the match for January?
Nope, this is where they're going to brawl. But I keep looking for Pierce and looking for him to grab the mic to say, hey, you guys are going to fight.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it looks like, based off how they're separating everybody, this is going to be, oh, maybe not, because I just seen Seth dive onto Punk. But Joe coming in and saying, have you guys seen the new Raw logo for when they move over to Netflix? It's a total rip-off of the Dodge Ram logo.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, Joe, we have seen the logo. They've actually been flashing it up quite a number of times to promote the move to Netflix.
Poor Petey Williams got beat up on that one.
Yeah, Petey's tough. He's little Petey Pump, so.
I mean, is all this really, really necessary?
Yeah.
I would have to agree. It just gets you more amped for the match.
Well, this is a feud that's been building for. It hasn't been building for just a couple of weeks. It's been well over a year that this whole thing started. since Punk made his return at Survivor Series last year. And we saw how pissed off Seth Rollins was about that.
Here's the thing. It isn't just a year. They've even said it was when Punk blew up and left.
Mm-hmm.
It started the hatred, the animosity.
Now, if you ask me on Seth's part, that just sounds like a vengeful ex, basically. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, this has been building for 10 years.
Exactly.
Joe coming in saying they'll have to change the new Raw logo so that Dodge doesn't sue them. This is not the first time that I have thought that the Raw logo looked like the Dodge Ram logo.
And Dodge cannot sue because just because the font they use the same font doesn't mean a thing.
Nope.
Now, is that a logo that Dodge is using now? The way that it hooks around it? 'Cause I don't think it is. It is, Joe? Okay. I mean, I'm looking for recent Dodge logos and I can't even find it.
As we get Ludwig Kaiser making his way to the ring. So what a barn burner to start the show.
Oh, geez, yeah. We thought this might have been the
main event.
main event, yeah.
But I think that's now going to be the tag team titles.
Maybe, yeah.
Bobby, I am having a fantastic Monday. Thank you.
I don't know. I can't find it even.
It's always great to be here with the boys. Great to have you along with us as always, Bobby. We always appreciate you being here, joining in the chat and engaging us. It is a wonderful, wonderful Monday.
Yeah, if all they did was just take the same font, Joe, then that's Dodge can't do anything about that.
No.
If they took like the entire logo, which includes the Ram itself, then yeah, they have a fight.
Yeah, because they can trademark the Ram logo, but you cannot trademark the font.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't even see that on their websites or anything.
4 years of college, and about 6 or 7 of those, lessons were on copyright.
Yeah, I had what was it? A 2-hour class every day about copyright material. Yeah.
It was like it was every semester we had to do that.
Yeah. Well, because I was in television broadcasting specialist.
And I would,
so
I was in digital film. So the first things we had to learn. Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. You learn copyright stuff. The logos they can copyright. The word font. Ram they can copyright, but they can't copyright the font.
Mm-hmm. It's why I don't. It's.
Go ahead.
It's literally why, like for Saturday night's gaming, I use the font that they use for The Last of Us. I don't get in trouble for that. I don't see like copyright warnings on my YouTube or anything about that. But I also doctor up the font a little bit for myself.
Exactly. Do we have any ability to get that new raw font, like what it looks like? Because
you'll see it pop up here. You'll see it pop up here when they do the Netflix ad later on tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here, It's not. See, this is what I'm looking at. Okay. That's the Raw logo I know that is coming to Netflix.
No.
No, that's not it. No.
Really? Because that's the one I seen. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Joe might have sent it to me. Okay, so that's it now. Okay.
Yeah, see, the font looks very similar, but it's the whole design around the font too that makes it different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do about that. Again, because it doesn't say RAM. Although if you flip that W over, but yeah, they can't. Yeah, it's a copyright thing. I understand where Joe's coming from,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't. It's got a 3D embezzled look to it, where the RAM logo is just RAM. It's just a straight up block letter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can understand where he's coming from. I can really understand that. I would be concerned myself. Yes.
I've got no worries again because, like I said, they did enough to doctor up the logo for so that it suits what they're doing.
And here's the thing: this isn't a design that they come up with a bunch of guys sitting in one room for an hour going, "Okay, let's go," and then we're going to use whatever you come up with. It's literally been researched.
Yeah, they literally like come up with like let's say 50 to 100 different logos before one gets approved.
And then it's got to go through, make sure this isn't copyright from anywhere else, make sure that nobody's using this logo currently, this embezzled. It doesn't happen just overnight. It's a process.
Yeah. Bobby's saying that there's some NXT wrestlers who were scheduled to wrestle on the main event tapings tonight, and they're taking on each other. That's interesting.
I've never heard that, but okay. That'd be cool.
Yeah, they usually, if you watch main event, they'll usually bring up some NXT guys.
There's the logo right there. Yeah. They're doing the commercial right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many different things they can do with that logo. Like throw color into it, throw whatever at it.
That was a beautifully done ad just for the new logo.
Right.
I like that silver in the font. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joe, I understand what you mean. That is but doing this with it, turning it slightly, and with the red under and over it, it makes it that little bit different that they can't say shit.
So I'm interested in watching this Raw Netflix kickoff this week, which is going to be airing across all social media platforms. Okay. I'm wondering if there's going to be like matches announced there. And I like the fact that they've got Logan Paul up front and center, even though Logan Paul on his podcast said he's retired in quotations. I mean, we all know that he was playing everybody at that point.
Right. And I know, like, I've even seen a meme going around saying, with Logan Paul in the top 6 block or the top 3 and the bottom 3 blocks, saying, "Thank you for making the U.S. title relevant again." With LA Knight, John Cena, and I can't remember who else in the middle. With LA Knight getting the "not you," John Cena saying, "Is this a ghost?" Just dumb.
Uh-oh. I want that t-shirt. Babe, if you're listening, I want that t-shirt. Oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. That was a good bit.
Yes, it was.
Oh, I want his t-shirt, though. Not necessarily the one he's wearing, because I don't know if it'd fit me, but...
Well, I'll have to see if it's available come March.
Oh, dude.
It probably won't be because at that point, it seems like every 3-4 months, all the wrestlers are changing their shirts.
Yep. But they may have some old stock.
They might have it at the merch
Yeah.
tables or something, trying to get rid of it, like...
And honestly, WWE, they're actually good in making clothes for bigger guys like you and me, Bubba.
You know what's really cool? Really, look at my Wolfpack t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So we discussed this match in the pre-show. I mean, it's obvious that, oh my God, Breakker's going to retain the title.
Mm-hmm.
But we're kind of hoping that Kaiser pulls this out and has a legitimate run with this title. I think he deserves it. Just to kind of go back to Gunther and be like, look, I handled my affairs. I did what you asked me to do. And I'm really enjoying the look of this title now that they put some color into it. And I mean, it's only blue. I get that it's only blue, but it makes it look more distinguished, more.
Yeah.
It just makes it look better.
It's those subtle changes that can make something better,
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying from the beginning. It needs something more. I don't like it. It was too flat for me.
Mm.
And you put one color on it and look at the difference it's made. I love that title now. I want one.
Mm-hmm. What I want Bron to do is put a little bit more color in his tights still.
Like his dad and uncle did.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm okay with them wearing, the colored tights once in a while. I'm okay with these ones being a little more simpler so that he's not doing this based on nepotism.
He already is, though. I mean, the singlets, that's what the Steiners wore.
Yes.
Yeah,
but at
but
the same time, he's making it his own.
Wore the bright, flashy ones, whereas Bron is not. With the exception of occasionally.
I agree with you, OMD. If it's a pay-per-view, be flashy. It's a pay-per-view. During a regular show, you don't really need to be.
It doesn't need to be flashy like the bright neon colors that the Steiners wore. Just add something else to give the look a little bit more pizzazz as a heel. You can still do like maybe some claw marks or something on the side or something like that,
But is he truly a heel, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
See, I don't see him as a heel. I see him as a kind of a cocky babyface.
See, I don't see him as the babyface or the heel. I see him as that tweener right now. He's willing to take on anybody and everybody, so it's going to depend on who his opponent is. Like tonight, he's probably working the babyface side.
Oh, Jesus, this just...
That was a great double leg takedown.
Yeah, I'm at commercial break right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong, OMD, that he's like the in-between. And again, yeah, it depends on who he's facing. It really does. And I'm not upset about that. I mean, I'm not a huge fan. He still hasn't proved to me that I should like him as a wrestler. I appreciate that he's a good wrestler. I mean, look at the breed the guy comes from.
Right.
You know?
But again, were you watching him in NXT? Were you watching his battles with Mello, Dragunov?
His matches even with Trick too.
Yeah, Baron Corbin when they were a team. Even his matches with Apollo Crews.
Oh, sorry, dude. I forgot I was in your show for a minute. I just seen this comment and I had to click it. That Bobby says Kaiser would be a great WWE Continental Champion.
We completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree, but at the same time, I don't think I'm ready for Kaiser with the Intercontinental title at this juncture just yet.
Right.
You got to let the guy cook a little bit more. Give him some other things to do on his own. You know.
Right, and I get
very true.
Completely.
Very true. Yeah, I understand. I don't disagree with you. I don't. I think it's just because I'm done with Breakker right now. I have no place for him right now. But that's just me.
Let's see.
That's just me.
Just give it time, Bubba, and you'll find your love for him.
I respect him. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I just, again, it's probably because I didn't get to watch the stuff in NXT.
Yeah, because he was doing some fantastic stuff down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as well, I mean, there were times like I got bored of Scott Steiner even when he joined the NWO, and it was, the same antics over and over. And then they gave him that little asylum that, what was it, a 10-foot cage inside the ring.
Yeah, see, for me, when it comes to the Steiners and Scott specifically, towards the end of towards the end of WCW is when I got tired of him. I was tired of him constantly winning the heavyweight title. I wanted Booker T to beat him on that last Nitro, and I was glad that happened.
Right. But I mean, I'll even go back to WWE. I got bored with Jeff Hardy. I got bored with Stone Cold. I've gotten bored with a lot of these guys. Everybody sits there and talks about John Cena's 5 moves of doom. Well, let's look at Bret Hart. Let's look at a Steve Austin. Let's look at the Hardys. All of them. They've all been there with that 5 moves of doom. Even The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but you know what though? It's those wrestlers that have those 5 moves of doom, because even Hogan had it too. Macho Man had it as well.
Yeah.
But the reason why those 5 moves of doom are there is to pump the crowd up before we get to the finish. It's the whole reason why those are there.
Yep. But those are things that just wore on me, and I got bored of them.
Oh, dude,
so yes, you are hearing me come out here and say, yes, I got bored of Stone Cold.
Listen, I'll be the first guy to tell you that Triple H is the greatest wrestler ever, as far as I'm concerned right now, in this day and age. And I got tired of him.
Hunter also has his 5 moves of doom as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. You just you get oversaturated with the person, and you're just like, can't do it.
HBK,
but again,
Edge, all of those guys. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jesus, that went down.
Again, as I've said, it's those 5 moves that always get over. Like when Brett would do his elbow drop off the second rope, it got a little pop. When Brett would do his Russian leg sweep, it got a pop,
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you just go through phases. I think my phase right now is I don't care about Bron Breakker right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I respect the fact of his heritage. I respect the fact that he busted his ass to get where he is. I'm just, don't care right now.
Yep.
And you know what? Believe me, I went through that phase with John Cena, and then I went to the house show in Barrie, and I found myself cheering for him at that house show. And I literally walked out of that house show and I'm like, the fuck was I doing?
Right.
And so I'm like,
these guys, sorry, go ahead.
And I'm like, you know what? The hell with it. I had a great time. John Cena's not as bad as everybody says he is.
No, he's
not. Have you guys noticed the big bottle of Prime has a nozzle at the bottom, like one of those old school water jugs.
Yeah, like one of those old Gatorade jugs, eh?
Yeah, with the thing at the bottom where you can fill up your cup of water if you wanted. I wonder if there's actual product in that thing.
I wonder if there is now too.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Ah, that's awesome. Oh, did he hurt his arm?
He's always selling that arm for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Well, he went over that desk very awkwardly.
Mm-hmm.
No, but Kaiser had him in the ropes earlier with it too and kicked the rope with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Kaiser's been working the arm so that Bron doesn't hit the spear.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that move doesn't tickle.
Yeah. Now, on the flip side,
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
On the flip side, going back to the whole 5 moves of doom discussion, Ric Flair had his 5 cells of doom to get to the win. He had the face flop, the throw over the top rope, the throw off the top rope.
Yep.
Yeah, the pad. He never ever got a move off that top. Never.
He did once.
Did he really?
And it was a crossbody.
Yep. And him hitting that move resulted in a match between him and Triple H.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus, that's funny.
Oh, that confused me. That the bottom right there. I'm like, WrestleMania Europe 2025. No, it's in Vegas, but then I saw Road 2, and I'm like, okay, the European tour that's coming up.
Yeah.
And
like I've said, those are going to pose some interesting questions for the Raw Patrol because Netflix will be showing those Raws live.
No, they won't.
Yes,
they are showing them live, but they're not going to pose questions for the Raw Patrol. We're still going to do them at 8 p.m.
Okay.
We already discussed this like a month ago, dude.
I asked this question like a month ago and nobody gave me an answer.
I don't remember.
Yeah, should have been in the chat.
Wasn't there?
Wasn't talking to you, Bubba. I was talking to OMD.
I was in the chat. Nobody gave me an answer.
No, you weren't. You weren't in the StreamYard chat. That's what I'm referring to.
I asked the show live on air, and nobody gave me an answer.
Okay, well, live at that point, we didn't know just yet because we were waiting for confirmation a bit on that because at that time, it was just thought to be a rumor.
No, because I asked the day I found out.
Yes, and I'm saying that it was still thought to be a rumor because I remember what you had said about that.
When I said I have the official confirmation today.
And I believe our answer was we're not sure yet.
Nobody gave me an answer, so.
But it was like discussed maybe about a week afterwards that we're like, you know what, let's just do it at 8 p.m. because it'll be available on Netflix immediately. I mean, why ruin a consistent schedule that we've got going for the Raw Patrol, right?
Yeah.
I wish I had more of the snack I was enjoying just now. I had a thing of Ritz crackers with roasted garlic hummus. Oh yeah, and the fix to my TV, by the way, for my TV service was so simple. So simple.
Okay.
The guy told me to uninstall and reinstall the app.
Oh, Jesus.
3 weeks. 3 weeks of figuring that out for a tech to tell me that in 5 minutes.
Right?
The techs that I talk to, I hate to say this, but they need to get the heave ho.
Right?
Because honestly, and I don't know if you gentlemen have ever worked in tech support, that's usually one of the first things we tell our customers: do an uninstall, reinstall, or do a reset on the modem.
Yeah, I did gateway tech support for gateway computers.
Yeah.
A
So
year.
yeah, I did that too actually, and we had to do it. We had to dabble in a little bit of sales, and I got to tell you, doing tech support with sales was a pain in the ass for gateway.
I told them I wouldn't do it. You want me to do 2 jobs? Pay me for 2 jobs.
Well, that's just it, because I was being paid based off experience. So it was like I was getting paid for 2 jobs because I was making about 14 an hour at that job, and I'm talking about working at Sutherland here. So
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's where I did it. That's where Carl and I met.
that's where Carl and I continued our friendship. Because I got the job because of him at that time.
Right.
Nice. And now we have 0 call centers in this town.
Yep, and you know what I've been saying for the last month? Because I'm still trying to look for work. I would gladly go and apply at a call center if we still had one in the city.
Right. At one point, we had what, 4 of them?
Yep.
We had 5. We were the call center capital of the country, in my opinion. However, I believe you can still work from home for Sutherland.
I will not do that. I don't believe. Yeah.
I don't think you can do that in Canada, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can, but it's just I don't want to look at my home as my workplace at the same time.
Right.
You have a spare room as your office.
Nope, that's going to be the Turnbuckle. That's going to be my location for Turnbuckle Studios. So that's going to still be a part of what we're doing here. So, but the thing is, I like separating my work from my home. I like having the idea of going out somewhere to go to work. You know what I mean?
Oh, I hear you. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of times I've looked for work from home positions.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I don't want my work and this computer to be my life.
Mm-hmm. And see, I'm on that side, but I also want my computer and my podcast stuff to eventually lead to a paid job, like getting
Right.
what we're doing through Turnbuckle Studios to be paid.
Right.
Because I don't necessarily view what we're doing as work. Yes, it is work, but I don't view it in that sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
I view it as we're a bunch of guys watching a great show, watching a great match that we're getting right now.
Yep. As we are preparing for our run in from Parrish.
What's going on, Parrish?
How we doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm so happy I'm here now.
Well, we're happy you're here too.
Oh, Hurricane Rana.
Yes, Bobby, this is a great show. Thank you very much. And thank you for enjoying the PLE patrol last Saturday.
Ooh, that was almost a bad move. Like, so close. See, this is the kind of match I want to see out of Bron Breakker. If he's going to retain this title, give me matches like this, grinding, fast-paced, then slow it down, and then fast-paced again, slow it down.
I was just going to ask you, how are your views on Breakker changing now watching this match?
No, and I mean, if he keeps having matches like this, dude, I'm 100% pulling for the guy.
These are the kind of matches we've been getting with Braun when it comes to the championship matches.
Yeah.
But the matches before, like, they turn into squash matches, basically. It's like he comes in, Goldbergs you, and then leaves, kind of thing.
Well, you got to at one point though. You do have to establish him as the dominant force that he can be. So when you do have guys like Ludwig Kaiser that take him to the limit, it makes Ludwig Kaiser look that much better too. Because even if he was, say, in a losing effort, he's still a guy that can take Bron Breakker to the limit. Not a lot of guys have, so it sets him aside and puts him in a higher pedestal, even in a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
that makes
I'm
sense.
thinking that I'm thinking those matches that you're referencing there, Bubba, might have been the matches that Braun had when he first came up to the main roster. Those matches that were supposed to introduce people who have yet to watch him on NXT, so that we saw like just how big of a dominant force Bron Breakker could be.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but it didn't. For me, it didn't bode well. It just made him look like another Goldberg, another football player coming in. So that was a good match. I like that match for an opening match, dude. That was impressive.
Yep.
Like Bobby, who's next for Bron Breakker? You're not helping my situation there, Bobby. But you guys aren't wrong. No, you're right.
I have a guy. If he's to move over to Raw in the transfer portal, LA Knight, I think, would be a fantastic option.
Ooh,
Yep,
wow,
I like that feud.
that would be epic to watch.
Or even if he was to take a step down from the main event level for a little bit, what about Seth Rollins?
Okay.
I would be.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that as well.
Okay.
What about if he comes over in the transfer portal? What about a Mello?
And then also think in like a month's time, John Cena.
Yep.
Uh-oh. It's the Pink Panther.
What about an AJ Styles?
If he is healthy and ready, because he is not cleared yet.
No, he's not.
Oh, homecoming.
All right. That was good. Mm.
So I didn't quite hear that whole thing, but did Ray just basically kick them out of the locker room?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
He basically said that they crossed the line with E, and he's not. They're not welcome in that locker room.
Yeah.
And then Xavier Woods like, you know what, Ray? That's fine. We don't want to be with you guys anyways.
Demoted to the heel locker room.
Bobby Stats coming in saying he just liked the video. Thank you very much, Bobby, for that like.
Yep.
We always appreciate it, Bobby.
We like the likes. That's what we like. We like the likes. See, Costco guys, it's not that hard to do something with a jingle. See? It's basically like the We Bring the Boom. That's what we do. I did the same thing, but you know.
Yeah. Just no love for Parrish there.
I was dancing over here.
I'll go F myself now. Thank you. Hey, look, Frost.
And you're
So
not talking about Morgan Frost.
I was playing our game last night or this morning.
Thanks for changing the subject, Bubba. I appreciate it.
And I got to be the villain, the bad guy. I got to kill people in our game.
We're talking
Nice.
about Among Us people, not real life. Just
Yeah.
just so you
never
know.
know.
Okay.
You never know.
Yeah, people need to know specifics when you talk about murder,
I like to keep them thinking.
especially if it's with a controller or with an actual weapon. There's YouTube. We're not bad people. Please don't kick us.
No. But yeah, I was playing Among Us, and I got to be that person that walks around.
The imposter.
The
imposter.
imposter.
That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, the imposter. I got 5 people killed before they worked out that it was me. Those vents come in really good hand. Like when you off somebody, jump in a vent and shoot up somewhere else.
Yeah, I got best with that last night.
Yeah.
I'm good at doing it when nobody's looking.
Like really good.
Well, no, like when I found that body, nobody was around. You had literally, like you had told me, vented like a second before I even came into the room.
Yeah, I forgot what button the vents were, and then I found it. And then I saw you pop up. I'm like, oh, thank God.
I did that. I got somebody in the electrical room in behind, and just as I pushed the button, I got into the vent, and then they showed up.
Mhm.
I was like, holy cow, that was close.
Oh, D's so bored right now.
Don't worry, buddy. It's coming back on.
No, but playing Among Us with you guys last night was actually a lot of fun. So,
Hey, if you don't have to take off after this, I'll go a couple rounds. I know OMD's got stuff to do right after the show because he's getting the young fella this weekend. So,
Yep.
which I'm
no, I am
super ecstatic for you.
I am actually free tomorrow, so I can chill out in afterwards.
Nice.
Cool. Awesome. Oh, see, I seen a clip after this that they're showing right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful title. I'm glad he let him use it for one night. Why is he saying hi to Randy? What's going on there?
Because he took Randy out with the pile driver first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I don't watch SmackDown, so I missed that.
It's called trolling.
Oh, that table did not break. How did that table not break?
They didn't hit in the right spot.
Not enough pressure.
There was enough weight. Oh, little. Oh, 1, 2. Dang.
We reflected on all of the nostalgia because they used the old block WWE logo
Oh, yeah?
with the red, white. Well, look on the turnbuckles.
I wasn't really looking. Sorry, I was paying attention to the match.
But not on the apron.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Or
And then
around
you
the
used
ring. Oh, I see. Okay.
the red, white, and blue ropes.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I missed the red, white, and blue ropes.
The old referee uniforms.
Yep.
And every ref wearing the old school headset and the ref cam.
Oh, that's awesome. Little flare.
And then,
right there.
of course, Jesse Ventura on commentary during this match.
Yep.
Wow. Yes, after the show. This is what I see. Oof. Out. Oh, I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Okay, so which game should I have on? Vikings and or Falcons and Raiders or Vikings and Bears?
Monday Night Raw.
Okay. I got my TV service fixed, so
Or put on Prime and watch the other game.
I don't have Prime right now.
Selfish. I mean, if you want to watch a Chicago Bears game, you're doing that to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, Falcons and Raiders it is then.
By the way, Paris, you will be happy because, like, in my kid's class, they've assigned them all NHL teams. He was assigned Edmonton, so now he wants everything to do with the Oilers.
Smart
He's
kid.
like, Are you gonna watch the game tonight, Dad? No.
Well, I'm not, because Amazon Prime is the only thing I don't have down here.
Right.
I have it upstairs. I don't have it down here. It's like I'm not a big fan of the Amazon Prime games. Keep that for the Americans.
See, and I don't mind them.
Just at least have them on Sportsnet too, though. That's all I ask. Give me the option. So I definitely think Priest is costing Finn Balor these championships. Also, for everyone, if you are a fan of Chris Van Vliet, he is welcoming guest Ivar this Thursday on his show, and he definitely goes through this story in full. So if you want more information about the backstory of this injury, go check that out.
I like it when Chris Van Vliet interviews like the guys that aren't necessarily your main event guys. I like it when he does that.
Right. Well, he doesn't get a lot of main event guys.
No,
I know, but I just like hearing the stories from like the mid card wrestlers, you know.
So it's pretty much all mid card.
Yeah. Bobby coming in saying he wants to see more of Jesse Ventura on commentary. Bobby, January 25th, you get your wish, as he will be back commentating on Saturday night's main event.
And Bobby's also coming in saying NXT superstar and one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, but I add, Axiom will be at Tyrus Wrestling on December 28th. It's a company in Spain.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yes, that is very, very interesting.
Way to destroy the place, OMD.
Yeah, I know.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
Oh, it's okay, because after the show, I got to tear the living room apart to clean the floors.
Oh, well, you're really helping out then.
I am.
By making a mess. But also to answer your question there, Bess, I am watching the Vikings game because I am never supporting the Falcons.
Oh, I'm hoping the Raiders take this one. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just need Brock Bowers to just not play.
It's actually nice to have football back in my life.
But I'm also pretty sure that Drake London got their touchdown, and I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, I didn't see who got it. As soon as I tuned into the channel, I saw the kick. That's all I saw.
Drake London, 30 yards. Oh, my God. I only need him not to do well. How did I know he got the touchdown? Come on, Raiders. Do your job. Not only do I need him to do well, but I need Atlanta's defense not to do well. So this 0 that Raiders have, come on. If you don't know how to play football, go to the CFL. You'd fit right in.
It is the Raiders.
I know. They're not even the worst team in the NFL, though. That's the worst part.
Oh, I know.
I mean, they're right there with Tennessee and the Giants.
Yep.
And I'm back.
Oh, hi.
As we
Oh,
get
crap.
our
Bubba's
first
back?
official match announced on Raw for January 6th, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa Tribal Combat.
Also, as official as today, both Rhino and Trent Seven are done with TNA Wrestling.
Bring back Trent Seven to WWE, please.
Well, I mean, at the very least, as a even if you don't want him to be like an on-screen talent, like man, a backstage producer for
There you
some
go.
of these guys would be
OMD.
amazing. Somebody's TV's very loud. Thank you, Bubba.
And there is the announcement as it was made official. We called it earlier on the locker room breakdown.
Yes, it's been rumored for at least a good week now that Rollins and Punk are going to be on the January 6th episode of Netflix. I don't think that this is going to be the WrestleMania match anymore. So it leads me to believe that CM Punk will most likely win the 2025 Royal Rumble.
Think so?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
It could still be the match. I mean, like, what if Seth takes the title at Elimination Chamber, you know?
But here's the thing. Why wouldn't you save their first match for WrestleMania? Why would you give it to people on Netflix to do that. Like, I understand a story can do a lot, but for the first match, that's a big deal. People want to see that big first match back for CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Yes, I know it's not the first time they've wrestled, but it's really the first match back for when CM Punk came back. So, like, to me, there's a lot of magic wasted if you were to repeat that match. Of all people, why does Raquel have the mic or megaphone?
She's the new Jimmy Hart.
But doesn't she actually have to know how to speak?
Yeah, she does.
Just give it to Dom. That would be better.
Then nobody gets to talk.
And it would make sense because everybody boos when he tries to speak. So having him have the megaphone makes sense.
Right?
True enough. Yeah.
It was no different with CM Punk. It's like, I brought a megaphone in case you want to cut my mic off again.
Right.
Bobby was saying, how about Trent Seven tag team with Tyler Bate again when Tyler Bate's back in the ring? I mean, getting the British Strong style wouldn't be a bad thing. I wouldn't hate it.
I just want to see a reuniting of Mustache Mountain. I really do.
Well, yeah, that's kind of going there because I think you'd want it done to be the singles. Oh, here comes a promo by.
Holy.
Oh, thank God. It was used for someone else. somebody say chicken tenders?
I believe Rhea did, but let me just double check my sources on that one.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
So OMD, I think you and I were talking about this on Saturday, and how we thought the Sammy Drew thing was done. It doesn't look like it now.
It does not.
how did you guys think it was done?
Just it seemed pretty definitive the way Drew finished that match.
Yeah.
It was the quickest match given to something that actually had emotional interest, though. So you know those can't be one and dones.
Yeah, but I mean, even Sammy saying, you know, I'm not going to keep running it back with Drew like I did before. So that's sort of as well.
But he's not going to take a loss and finish off that. He's
and
not
I
going to let
think
Drew
that-
win.
Well, my thought was it was going to be, okay, Drew got the win. We're going to see Sammy off TV for a couple weeks, and Drew goes after Jay.
Yeah, because then Drew showed up on, as you saw on SmackDown, showed up and then Claymore Jimmy. So he's now starting that war with the original bloodline again.
That's why I actually think we're going to see Kevin Owens, of all people, join forces with Drew McIntyre. And this is going to lead to that, okay, now it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. What happens between them?
Right.
Which is a really interesting dynamic because of all people, I don't think Kevin Owens can get mad at Sami Zayn because, well, if Kevin Owens is mad that Sami Zayn is teaming with guys who always treat people poorly, well, who was your tag team partner at WrestleMania 39, Kevin Owens?
Right.
And yes, nobody turned on him more than you did, so he kept tagging with you. So I don't know if he could be mad.
I don't think KO has a say in that argument, really.
Well, no one's right or wrong between them because they've both wronged each other and they've both care for each other. So,
yep.
Yeah, no. If two wrongs don't make a right, then the problem is indifferent. And that's how I really see it between those two.
Right.
Of all people, those two.
Yep. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And everybody, if you want to go take a trip to the flop shop, just like OMD, make sure you can go. If you want to hit that ticker there, Best, you can go and check out the red bubble of Carl Carafel. And then you can get yourself one of the beautiful locker room visit t-shirts. Are you having an interesting time? I got it.
I can't. What the?
Got it. Yep.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
So make sure you go to carlkerfeld.redbubble.com. You can get your locker room visit t-shirt now, as well as other shirts, because, well, we're just not a one-hit wonder. We got a multitude, a plethora of a beautiful merchandise. Like this one. And this one.
I like that one a lot better.
And this one. And much more at carlcarafell.redbubble.com.
Sweet. No, we're coming back. Oh, we lose best now? He just dropped right out.
Yeah, he probably had a loose wire.
Got a lot of loose wires, that guy.
Very true. Very true. I bet you anything his cat, he's going to blame his cat. Just watch.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
Just watch.
Definitely.
Blames the feline.
Always.
He kept blaming motherfucker. And he's back. What happened, Bestifer?
I don't know. I was going to click the hide button on the tracker, and then suddenly it's like something went wrong.
Was it your cat's fault?
No, because they're both sleeping on the opposite end of the couch here.
All right, Bubba, we're wrong.
Yeah, we're wrong. I mean, but were we really?
Yeah, you really were wrong.
I mean, you were wrong. I, on the other hand, was incorrect. Bubba, mute yourself if you're going to have volume up. Thank you. Really, man? All right. On a scale of 1 to ugly, what do we think of those Final Testament t-shirts?
Just no. It looks like it. I don't know. It looks too plain.
So intriguing match to be made now for next week.
Mm-hmm.
Great answer from Owen D for Chris Parrish's question.
I didn't hear Parrish's question.
He was asking, what do you think of the shirts that they're wearing?
Yeah, I said from a scale of 1 to ugly, how do you rate the Final Testament's t-shirts?
I don't mind them.
I don't know. They look too plain for my liking.
Bobby Stats ranks them a 1.
Yeah, it's kind of where I was going with it. They're original. I can give them that.
I mean, 1 would be the best rating given the fact that it goes 1 to ugly.
Yeah, it kind of looks like I don't know if you guys would know this, but the logo for the film studio that made the Blair Witch Project, that's what it looks like to me.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
I've had very many surveys since then, so I don't remember that. I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but the face of Raquel Rodriguez looked very emotional right before the bell starts. I'm very intrigued to see if that was for a reason or if something occurred. It was just, I don't know. I'm hoping it was just nothing, but I don't know. That was a very different facial reaction that I saw from Raquel right before the match started.
Yeah, it was almost like she. Well, I mean, she does know who's going to win this match, but
no, she doesn't. That's why they're having the match,
right?
I'm speaking from a non-kayfabe point of view. But okay.
No, you. No, you weren't actually.
Get inside my brain. Yes, I was.
No.
Nobody wants to get inside your brain, Beth.
Well, then stop telling him. Stop telling how I was saying things. So.
We'll talk about that after the stream. OMD, just so you know, Clyde Edward-Helaire has been released.
Who's been released?
Clyde Edward-Helaire, the running back from the Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
That was and to your point.
Interesting way to do a suicide dive there from Caden Carter off that finish, or before we went to commercial there. I mean,
it was vintage Caden Carter.
it was.
Now, if you want to see vintage Turnbuckle Studios, make sure you're checking out this video of what is on tap for the week. Do you guys like that one?
Yeah.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we get a variety stream with the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And that is brought to you by the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. And if you want to get more information about the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, make sure you go to affiliationprogram.my.canva.site to find out more about your potential introduction to not only content creation, but podcasting as well, as we through the use of StreamYard that you can find in the link in the description. You yourself can find yourself potentially a part of that video as well as the weekly calendar of Turnbuckle Studios. Yay. It's a tough crowd today, guys.
Thank you, Parrish, for that outstanding clicking of the buttons to roll the advertising.
Well, somebody has to work around here.
So Bobby Stats coming in saying he's got Zoe Stark winning.
Oh, you okay? I did not know with that comment. It was hard. I didn't know that you knew the button functional formalities.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
To go against Dakota Kai in the semifinals for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Who do you guys have winning?
I hope Zoe Stark actually does win. I think it could be potentially. I think we could see Rhea Ripley get involved here, and I think Caden Carter could be the one taking the pin here. Plus, the winner of this, I believe, faces, like you said, Dakota Kai. So a heel would make sense, and that heel would be, in my eyes, Zoe Stark.
Right. And we do know the issues between Damage Control and PFC. So that is where Zoe makes sense. Raquel, I think, to me, also makes sense with her history from NXT with Dakota Kai. Plus, then you could have her and Liv with the 2 belts. And that's why I actually took the Dark Horse, because we've started to see Katana Chance get a little unnerved. So I actually took Caden Carter to steal this one as the underdog. Mr. Best.
Yeah, I've got Zoe taking this one purely because of the history between her and Dakota, and it's possible that we could see that wrap up. But at the same time, I wouldn't be too opposed to seeing Raquel take this win as well, solely for the fact that maybe Judgment Day would like to get back on their winning ways and be a golden stable once again.
Bubba.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. I honestly am going to stick with my anybody could win it. And it doesn't matter who wins it, because it's going to be a phenomenal match.
Right.
So I'm not too sure if you guys have seen much on the internet or the socials in regarding to the Netflix graphics and all that stuff going, but there are videos with certain wrestlers already kind of promoting the Netflix.
Yes.
Like it's part Dominic Mysterio's one, so is A-Town Down Under.
Really?
Yeah, and earlier we saw Triple H doing a promo for it as well.
Yes.
Yeah, he unveiled the new logo for Raw.
Yes, along with
Ooh, that was close.
Numerous superstars from both brands.
Well, I got to assume this January 6th Raw is going to be kind of an all hands on deck type situation.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it does have Solo and Roman, who are yet to be officially announced as part of the Raw roster. So, as of right now, yeah, I mean, it's looking like that as well.
Oh, Jesus.
I know Jesus is no longer with the company.
Jesus. What in the world? Wow. Huh.
Oh.
Huh. I mean, kind of how I figured it was going to go, but I was hoping not.
Well, then why didn't you say that when OMD was asking for your predictions, Bubba?
Yeah. Instead of the whole, I'm going to go with anybody could win, and it's going to be good.
Was it not good? Were you not entertained?
Bubba's opinion is brought to you by the word of the day. Out. Boring. B-O-R-I-G. Boring. The proper definition of boring is Bubba Duke's opinion about that last match.
But in all honesty, Bubba, it was a good match.
Oh, yeah, it was a good match.
I mean, I called it to a T, with the exception of Rhea coming up.
Why should Suzawa look so scared? Like he's ready to poop.
Butch, please. Solid.
Well, that was an interesting little bit right there.
Yes, it was.
Now, maybe we've already seen this, but I wouldn't mind a Chad Gable Akira Tozawa one-on-one match.
No, nor would I.
I'm done with Chad Gable going up against them. We really need new feuds, please.
I can completely understand that.
I mean, could we just have maybe the Creeds go up against the War Raiders if War Raiders win the tag team championships, which are up next, by the way?
Yep.
That would go very well. Which I definitely have the War Raiders taking the titles tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
It's kind of what I'm hoping for, to be honest.
I gotta wonder though if Finn and JD do lose the tag titles tonight. What do you do with JD afterwards? Because I got to assume with Finn, you probably put him back in the world heavyweight title picture.
The one thing I would actually like to see him do is maybe have him kind of go after the speed title, because I think that would actually really work for him. But I mean, you have him and Carlito. There's no reason why him and Carlito couldn't tag, while Finn is then going up into doing some singles, and then you can keep Dom in the like that mid card Intercontinental United States kind of picture.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, you're doing so good.
I'm guessing you have Darnold in one of your pools tonight?
Hell no! I'm not that desperate.
Okay.
No, I have Justin Jefferson, but God forbid if Sam Darnold actually threw to the best receiver on his team, or I don't know, use the running back. But no, I'm gonna just hold the ball too long, not move out of the pocket, take a hit, and then throw a 3-foot pass because I got a guy tattooing himself on my chest right now. On a 3rd and 15, everybody knows you're passing, buddy. At least try to make it up.
Right.
He is so overrated. The Vikings once again are going to disappoint in the playoffs. Just mark my words. That's all they do.
Yeah.
They're not a good team. And if you're a Vikings fan, then I'm sorry for you. I mean, to be fair, this is the week I don't really need to wait, so I'm okay with it. Bobby Seth's coming in saying, "How about JD McDonagh go to SmackDown and be involved in the United States Championship picture?"
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Even after this loss, we could see any one of the members of the Judgment Day be traded over to SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I'm wondering too, because yes, we saw I saw Dominic Mysterio in that, but guess what? I saw Dominic Mysterio by himself. I didn't see him with anybody else. So whether or not that just shows you that it's just Dominic Mysterio, maybe these are just match graphics. You know how they have had those video cinematic kind of background match graphics. But at the same time, this also could be telling that maybe the Judgment Day might split up during this transfer window as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's reffing the game.
Or
No wonder why it's a complete shit show.
What was that?
That's a logo.
So Kyrie's match next week is in jeopardy.
Yes, it is.
But the War Raiders match is not in jeopardy as it's next.
And if Kyrie's match is in jeopardy next week, who do you put in that third spot?
Io Sky.
It'd be a return of maybe like an Alexa Bliss, Carmella. Could be even somebody that we haven't talked about. Maybe it's somebody that's coming in through the transfer window.
Charlotte Flair.
Becky Lynch.
What if you put in a Sonya Deville?
I mean, if if they're the ones taking her out, do you think Adam Pearce is going to reward them?
No. But
yeah,
Sonya may be the first one to step up.
Again, I don't think Pierce is going to be like, even if you're the first one stepping up, I'm not giving you the match.
I mean, Io Sky could make sense as she was not in the tournament at all, and she did have that. She did lose that Saturday night's main event, but I mean, this also could be a great way to bring someone back into the fold as well.
Right.
And that's only if the match is in jeopardy.
Yeah. There's only one way to know, and that's to tune in for the Raw Patrol next Monday night.
Absolutely. Where all of us will be here once again.
Also, I'm not too sure if you guys have done this, but want to send all the best wishes to the family of John Huber, also known as Luke Harper, as today would have been his birthday.
Yes.
Yes, a very happy heavenly birthday to one John Huber.
Yes.
This is going to be a hell of a match.
Oh, yes.
This looks to be like the main event, too.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're going to give these four men a decent amount of time, too, by the looks of it.
Also, according to PW Insider and Fightful Select, both Jade Chung, the wife of Josh Alexander, and AJ Francis have contracts with TNA that end at the end of this current year. So if new contracts are not reached, both Jade Chung and AJ Francis, also formerly known as Top Dollar, could be hitting the market as well. We do know that Josh Alexander on February 15th will test free agency, as he has said that is the date that he is a free agent in the wrestling business.
And from what I read earlier today, Jade Chung has already given her notice to TNA that she is not re-upping.
So more names to hit that free agency. So I'll kind of post this out. With Samantha Irvin leaving WWE, yes, I know Lillian Garcia is there now, but if Lillian Garcia, if maybe this was a temporary fix, could we see Jade Chung potentially fill that void of Samantha Irvin in WWE?
I think it's a strong possibility.
I think you would see Alicia Taylor move over to Raw, Mike Rome move back up to SmackDown, and Jade Chung can start with NXT.
Because it is very heavily believed that Josh Alexander will be a WWE bound. Obviously, nothing set in stone on that just yet, but that is the belief. Also, to kind of go back to that opening on the women's opening, if there is one for the Intercontinental title, there is something to be said about Bubba Duke's answer when he said Charlotte Flair, because there are rumblings that her return to WWE is now imminent. So, if that is true and the dots are connected in this form, she very well could, and it would add instant credibility to the Intercontinental Championship if she's there. But so would the name you said there, Best, and Becky Lynch as well.
Yeah. But I do think that the logical choice would be Io Sky, and I'm not even sure how that is logical in any way, but it just kind of makes sense to me in my head.
No, I get it, because you've got somebody stepping up for her partner.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to essentially ensure that probably one member of Damage Control is in the finals. But you're still going to wind up with a face versus face battle in that semifinal if it is Io Sky and she goes through.
Well, like I said again, we'll have to see how it all plays out on next week's episode of Raw.
That we will.
And let's not throw out the potential of someone from NXT. With the transport window, we do know the NXT is going to be featured in this as well. We could see people from NXT move to Raw or SmackDown, as well as the likelihood of somebody moving to NXT. But we could see somebody from NXT, whether it is anyone from there, could potentially fill that void if a void is to be filled in that triple threat match.
Right.
And we can play the guessing game, but we also have to consider that as well with this whole transfer window being open.
Right.
Speaking of names and somebody who is not on our radar, and I don't know what her status is from her injury, but what about a Kiana James?
She is currently hurt right now.
That's why I said I don't know what
not medically cleared to return.
Yeah. Yeah, she's down. She's down for a while.
Yeah. If they play this correctly and the job is to just make sure that one of them get in, how about, since we have an Alba Fire in there, what about an Island Dawn to ensure that one of them advances?
Could do that.
I mean, even at the same time, who's to say it's even going to be a triple threat? What if they just decide, hey, you two one-on-one?
Because there's too many women to not give them an opportunity if that's the case.
Yeah.
And we already saw that on SmackDown when Bianca got chased out by Jade being taken out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she did participate in the match. It wasn't exactly singles. It just turned out that way based on circumstance. But the match did start with 3 women in the ring.
Yeah.
JD's trying on all his might, but he's not exactly able to stop the momentum of that tag to Eric.
No, but I love the look on his face, that look of determination for him to try it out.
Hey, if you're not going to try, then you better say goodbye. I did make that up just now, by the way.
It was beautifully done.
Well, thank you. I was hoping for moderate at best, but thank you. I have succeeded.
You did get a moderate at best. You got a moderate from best.
No, I like what you said first. That was self-high burn. I mean, it's one way to do it, JD. I mean, here's something that, I don't know, you guys are, if you're looking at kind of the gear that the War Raiders are wearing, very similar to the color coordination that Damian Priest was sporting at Saturday Night's main event. Could we see the Judgment Day go up against the Raiders and Priest in a 6-man down the road?
Potentially. I asked Bubba this question as well on the locker room breakdown, is since they haven't been able to be heard because of the Dom level heat they got, they've had interviews cut off in the back. Could we see the New Day interfere in this match?
Well, to answer Parrish's question before, I actually like that idea for the 6-man tag. And to answer your question, OMD, I'm not sure how New Day would fit in with this situation right now.
Most tag team championships in WWE history. And now that they've got this new heel persona, they want to get back to the top where they belong.
I mean, to add to kind of your point, it's like if the people don't want to hear what they have to say, then maybe they are interested in what they do next. So, yeah, I mean, it's like if they're not going to give them a chance to speak, then they're just going to make room for them to act. I mean, I can see it. I mean, you would hate them more if they took away something that you wanted to see, right?
Yep. Let their actions do the talking.
Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering if we're going to just flat out see the New Day get tired of the audience of Raw and then just go to SmackDown only to get the same thing, and then they get upset. And
right.
Maybe that's where we see something, because I mean, we could see Motor City Machine Guns against the New Day, Old Day, whatever they want to be called, the team of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. That wouldn't be too shabby.
Yes. Bubba asked me a question on the locker room breakdown as well about the New Day, and asking, do they keep the New Day name or do they repackage as something else?
I hope it's something different, because the New Day is really the three of them.
Right.
And without the three of them, they just seem like seem like a broken shell of the group, to be quite honest.
Right. See, and my answer to that was no, because it is a new day. They've adopted this new persona, these new heel tactics, all of that. So it is new for them. It's new for us as fans, because we're not used to seeing them.
Also, I'm not too sure on her whereabouts and if she's close, because we haven't heard any update on her timetable and if she's ahead of schedule or not. But Asuka was also a potential.
Asuka, I believe, is out through until about SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's what I had heard.
Yeah, I just know that they haven't said much about her lately, so I wasn't sure if that's because she's out longer or if maybe it's she's due back and they're just going to keep it on the hush.
Right. I can't remember her name offhand. The Japanese woman who came into team with Roxanne Perez on NXT when she was a face and then challenged her, who is retiring in the year 2025. Would you potentially bring her in for that one?
Satomura?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she has any interest of returning to the WWE. Yes! I finally beat him! But I'm very happy.
High five, Parrish.
I don't think so. I'm going to heal out on you. But I'm also very happy that Bobby, you're there for us. I appreciate you. I just also take great pride that I was fast for once. Thank you guys for not saying anything. And that's a big move.
Bobby Satson, congrats.
Hey, broken clock is right twice a day, so. Unless it says 13 o'clock, then it's just really weird.
This is a hell of a match, boys.
Yes, yes, it is. What would you expect any less from these four?
No.
Because anything else would be uncivilized.
I know I'm ahead of you guys, so I'm trying not to say what's going on.
It's all right. It gives you time to process.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, just meant like sometimes you want to process what you watch before you give an opinion. So,
and I'm keeping my mic muted so I don't
True.
give shit away.
Or to get copyright. All right.
Yeah, right.
And there it is, Damian Priest showing up.
Okay, I called this one to a T.
You did.
Got it. Did you guys get to finish?
Yep.
I'm just wondering why they didn't do this like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, this is so awesome.
Yeah, because I think this would have made sense. Then you do the adding Damian to the triple threat if you did this a couple weeks ago.
You really could have made that whole process a little bit more organic than kind of just rushed.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's also nice just to see the War Raiders kind of close off an episode of Monday Night Raw, getting their flowers and getting that.
Right. Yeah.
Of course, right when Raw goes up, the Wizards go and take the lead. So, I mean, come on. And it's like something you don't see very often there. Connor Brown scores there. Also something you don't see very often. Just, it's a nice feeling.
Yep.
But also, like, good for the War Raiders, too. Like, it's just...
That's awesome.
With the stuff that they had to fight through. And it's nice to see the Vikings in wrestling actually know how to win championships, unlike the football team that I watch right now. But Eric and I should really teach Kirk Cousins of how to like that.
Right.
What? Who doesn't like a good little Minnesota Viking slander? I know I do.
That was awesome.
I think we all do.
Yep.
Well, it's funny that the Viking
that was a great match.
The Viking Raiders, and then I have Viking and Raiders on the TV.
Right.
It's kind of ironic.
Yeah. Don't you think?
That was so cool.
Try not to do that.
Bubba's all giddy like a schoolgirl right now.
Dude, you know how long I've wanted these guys to win a tag title?
Since the last time you didn't want them to win a tag title.
Exactly.
See? I knew it. Don't insult my Bubba.
Oh,
There is
Or
a
since
reason
the
why
last
he
time they
called you
lost the
that.
tag titles.
I mean, if Raw is war, then the tag title should be on the Raiders.
damn Skippy.
Yep.
I'm pretty stoked. That was a hell of a way to end Raw.
I mean, the War Raiders really have to kind of go all in on that Raw is war shirt and then just
Right?
find something to do that. It would be great. With all this, like, taking back nostalgic thing and making it your own, you kind of have to do something.
Right?
Oh, they're showing the recap. Okay.
No, it's now Raw Talk.
Not for me.
You might not be watching on Sportsnet.
I am.
Okay.
Damian Priest's pretty happy with himself.
So all in all, what did everybody think of Raw tonight?
I thought that this was a pretty damn good show.
Yeah.
I mean, with just a few weeks left of the year and only 2 more episodes
Yes.
of Raw not on Netflix left.
Right?
I mean, knowing that we are taking that next step forward, we are aware of the change. But, you know, they're also keeping us kind of intrigued with what's happening next week. They're not just saying, hey, look, wait to the future. Could somebody answer that freaking phone?
It's OMD.
Yeah, please.
I am just going to.
Nope. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
So,
Yeah.
but giving us a reason to tune into next week, and then week after that, right? And now I don't think Rhea gave a date on when the match with her and Liv is, but we do know that Seth Rollins and Punk have that January 6th match there. But we also know that next week we're gonna get stuff. We're gonna get that other triple threat match in the Intercontinental Championship qualifier tournament. But we also know now that we have new tag team champions. So now what's next with the War Raiders? Are we going to see a rematch with the Judgment Day? Or are we going to see somebody else? So we're pushing into that new era. We're also seeing Bron Breakker kind of taking that next step as Intercontinental champion. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Like, that's what I liked. Really, that's what I like most is the fact that, yes, we know what's next in less than a month's time, but we're not saying we're going to forget about the next 2 weeks as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm actually enjoying with Raw, especially in the month of December, because usually, like, the month of December, we would get like a little bit of a lull before, January rolls around and we get the build to the Royal Rumble. We're not getting that this year.
No.
Every Raw has had meaning to it, and it's nice to see that.
Yeah.
Bubba Duke, your thoughts, as you were the one that was very elated. In fact, you almost dropped a Bubba Deuce of excitement when Eric and Ivar picked up that W. What were your thoughts?
Aside from hell yeah,
Yes,
I'm
it's
tickled pink that they got a title around their waist. And right now it means a lot because that tag division is getting deeper. And there's a lot of competition, and not just competition. It's like you could lose those titles the next time you face somebody kind of competition.
Right.
So
yeah, we're kind of in a place right now where if you have a team challenging for the tag team titles, it's believable that team could very well win the tag team titles.
Yes.
legit,
Now,
right? Go ahead.
We know the situation between the Wyatt Six and the Final Testament. Do we see AOP as maybe that potential contender when that feud wraps up?
If they stay on Raw, potentially. And then that's kind of, I think, now where we have to take our kind of direction on that mindset of, okay, now who's going to stay on Raw or who's going to come to Raw?
Right.
Because that's also something to take note. Now, could we see Final Testament? Absolutely. We really could say the same about any potential team at this point. We could also see the Creed brothers, because it definitely seems like they could be staying on Raw. They could be going. We just don't know. And this is why I think it's very intriguing to tune into the next week and the week after, because we're probably going to get a lot more information about not just the what's next for these titles and these champions, but also the definitive answers to, okay, who's on the show now.
Yeah.
Because really we can't answer anything until we find out who's actually going to be on the show. Pretty Deadly. That's a really good pull there by Bobby Stats, actually. That's a team that hasn't done much. I mean, Pretty Deadly, the musical on Netflix. Yeah.
Right.
Let's do it.
It's even, you look at any division within like WWE right now, it's stacked. Like heavyweight title, dude, competition there is incredible. The Intercontinental Championship competition there is getting incredible again. And then you go tag team division, like hello. And we're in a period of what they call the trade window, or whatever you want to call it. Like, dude, you could grab anybody from anywhere and they have competition. It's not just, oh, there's 4 guys, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Like Hogan Flair or Hogan Warrior and who else, you know what I mean? It's there's actual competition now.
Yep.
What do you want to say, OMD?
Did I just hear Bron Breakker reference the Young Bucks?
I don't know, because my TV's not on because I'm involved in this conversation.
I flipped over to the game that I'm hoping to play with everybody.
I don't know. What did you think he said? Like, what was he talking about, OMD?
Your mic's
He was talking about he wasn't losing the Intercontinental title to anybody, whether it be a Young Buck, something like that.
I just think he's referring to younger wrestlers, not the Young Bucks. You know what I mean, Vern?
I'll take a gander and listen as we prepare to probably hand out that and then Joel's right there, Christopher.
Yeah, let's Bubba, let us know where you can find everyone. Or find yourself, I mean.
I find myself right here with you guys. No, I'm just kidding. You can find me on YouTube, Bubba OMD, and over there on Twitch land, Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. Catch me there when I'm not streaming Thursday nights or doing a special stream throughout the week. Oh, sorry. Killed my mic. Are we having lag issues, Mr. Best? I think he is.
So yeah, that is where we can find you there, Bubba. Let's go towards you there, OMD. Where can we find you?
The people can find me on my link tree, linktr.ee/OMD show.
Kind of one. Are you back there, Best?
Yeah.
Even if you have to do his for him.
Well, we'll give him some time. I'll go next. You can check me out on my link tree at linktree/Chris Parrish. And you want to make sure
keep freezing up.
Yes, we know. You want to make sure you're checking out that Facebook, that Twitch, that YouTube, that Instagram, and that X, because those 5 platforms are the home of the Chris Parrish podcast, sponsored by, as you see on the ticker, Beercade YEG. And if you want to go into a place in Edmonton where the establishment's nice, they're not going to, kick you out for any inappropriate gestures. No, they're going to just say, make sure that you play our games here on 544 82nd Ave, and you can check out Chris Parrish Podcast. You can check out Chris Parrish. It's there. He's there almost every live PLE, except for the Royal Rumble, I'll be in Indianapolis. So you might want to check that out. Best, if you're okay now, did you want to hand out your social? And it looks like
he's lagged out completely.
He is not like he is lagged out. So yeah, if you want to go and check out Chris Best's Linktree at Linktree/Chris_Best83, you can check out all of his socials, and you want to check out every Wednesday where he has that PlayStation showcase, as well as every Saturday for Saturday Night's Gaming. And then any time the PLE patrols there, you know he is going to be the host of that because that is his brainchild. So make sure that you go and check out Chris Best with all that plus more. So with that being said, OMD, what are those famous words we like to go off on?
Ladies and gentlemen, the world is a scary place. Take care of each other. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios, the Chris Parrish Podcast, and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, good night, good luck. We out.